Welcome to another session of Endless Space 2. This is Mats here, bringing you a Riftborn playthrough on Endless difficulty. Once again, we hail your rational leadership, and we'll be happy if you subscribed, if you like this content. So, before we start with our playthrough, let's just first discuss what makes the Riftborn a distinct and interesting faction. And in doing that, I want to explain why I think it's best to play them as an early game economic faction. Once you get late in the game, we can decide what to do based on how the game is going. But I think it's correct to play the Riftborn as an economic faction early in the game. So the first reason to do that, and the first thing that's distinctive about the Riftborn, is that you have to build your populations manually. Like with these machine embodiments here, you don't grow population normally through food, because the Riftborn construct their own shells in this universe. The reward, of course, is that you get huge dust size and industry bonuses for each population. This is probably the strongest individual population unit in the game, possibly excluding Cravers. So you really need to devote industry to machine embodiments. That means, of course, that your industry is going to be tied up on building population, but you're getting good population units, you can build population quickly. It also means that you have to prioritize industry improvements, like interplanetary transport network. It's not something that's normally good, but it's quite good given that you start with Titanium and Hyperium on the Riftborn. So that's the first interesting thing. The second interesting thing about the Riftborn are these singularities here, the stronger of which is Compression Singularity. It gives you plus 25% Fidzy and bonus experience on your Governor, which is really good. And you want to get as many of these as you can and put them on as many good systems as you can. Dilation Singularity can be useful for neutering an opponent system. Generally not that strong though. I recommend using Compression Singularity 99% of the time, or something to that extent. Or at least in the early game. You want to use this to boost your own fids. The last thing that's really interesting about the Riftborn is that their planetary colonization tree is upside down. Instead of starting with Boreal and Ocean and all the other fertile planets, like for instance Terran here, you can see that they're way down in the tech tree. So, with the exception of gas planets, Riftborn are going to take sterile, cold, fiery planets like lava, snow, ice, toxic, over the stereotypically easy to colonize planets like Monsoon and Terran. And of course that has justification in the law. The Riftborn are used to an ordered universe and not a messy universe. That's also quite good for us because lava planets, as you can see here, have lots of industry. And our population grows primarily with industry when we make a new outpost, or the outpost grows with industry, I should say. As you can see for Beachhead bylaw, we don't get bonus fuel on outposts, we get bonus industry. That makes Beachhead bylaw really potent on the Riftborn because it's quite strong, and in addition to that, you can always pick planets with high industry like lava planets, ash planets. So that's what we're going to be looking for. It's already quite fortunate that we have a lava planet in our starting system. I would recommend looking for lava planets primarily when you're colonizing new systems. They're really great to get your system started up. So that's so much for the general strategy. As soon as we start colonizing, we're going to use Beachhead bylaw to pull ahead, get lots of colonies very quickly, and set them up really strong. Interesting thing about the Riftborn, we don't actually need dust boosts to increase our colonies. We need Titanium and Hyperium. Different order, sorry. So we can actually use the dust to retrofit our fleets early in the game without worrying about pulling our colony back. Also, Titanium and Hyperium are important for getting those singularities I was talking about. Titanium also. So we want to make sure we exploit these quickly. So that's why we're going to pick up Xenolinguistics first. Because of the Titanium refining. Xeno-industrial infrastructure is really good on other factions because they have temperate and fertile planets. Less good on the Riftborn because we don't really care about those planets at the start of the game. The same thing holds for the already unlocked public-private partnerships. Completely amazing with other factions, not a priority for Riftborn, because we don't have fertile planets, we don't have temperate planets at the start of the game. And after we pick this up, we'll see what planets are around us and what we want to colonize, and we'll probably go for those techs. If there's a nearby minor civilization, we're probably going to pick this up to flatter them, though influence is not the Riftborn's strongest suit. which affects your endgame strategy. So the general opening you want to do is to look at your hero, retrofit their ship, basically turning into a scout ship. See, we're pulling off the plating, the guns, we don't need to fight early in the game. What we do need to do is make sure our hero ship is relatively fast and can scout. Now, let's just look at our system first to decide how many engines versus how many curiosity detectors we want. There's already one curiosity in our system. That's kind of neat. We can use that. I mean, the main reason we want to do this is because we want our hero to get experience early in the game. And here's the Shadow. This is the new skin, by the way. It's a free download. We'll put this hero on this fleet. And I'm feeling a bit adventurous. I'm going to make a hero really slow and pick up 2 probes. It's probably a bit of a gamble. If we're lucky, we get lots of systems with lots of curiosities. This will pay off. If not, our ship will be embarrassingly slow. If you want to play it safe, pick up a second warp drive instead. But let's try this out. So now our scout has 2 probes to start with, but we don't know which direction nice planets are. So we're going to scout twice with it. And I've done that. I'm not sure if that gives experience, does it? Oh, it doesn't. Lame. But if you put them in the same fleet and you research curiosities, that gives experience. So that's why I thought that would work. We can improve the scout. Again, remove all the guns to minimize the dust cost. And that's quite fast, 9. Also give an extra curiosity engine, make it a bit slower. We probably want a bit of speed. And we can also retrofit the colony ship. This still has no movement points though. Actually, let's see what happens. Oh, it has movement points. Nice. Now, we can retrofit the colony ship, but only if we have to. Let's see this system. That has gas burning. That would be nice if we could colonize gas. We can't. So none of these systems are great. We can't colonize these. We can colonize this, but it doesn't have good industry. Yeah, it's alright, but look for better. So let's colonize this ship, given that we don't have an early obvious spot to go to. See? Or we could retrofit it, I mean. We get 11 movement points, which is really good. And we're just going to keep our hero here and try and get as many curiosities with the hero to level him up. And once he's leveled up and he's got rid of this, like, what is this called? Assignment limit, whatever. We can pick up Mechanical Genius, which is really strong in our main system. 15% bonus industry and then 30%. And this skill is also very nice, bonus dust percentage. Generally, the Riftborn heroes have pretty good skills as governor, like bonus science, and also this is pretty amazing late in the game. So we definitely wanted this as governor, also because we want to exploit those singularities late in the game. Okay, our ship has discovered nothing here. Will we have a probe next turn? No, we can probably send it down here, it just keeps going. The main thing here is that we need to look for a better colony spot. And because we can't find a colony in the first turn, let's just pick up toys for boys. Pretty sure the girls need toys too, but whatever. And that will boost our happiness up, which will give us bonus influence, dust, and science at a small industry cost. Not sure if that's worth a lot. Interplanetary is what we want to start with. Normally this is pretty medium tier upgrade, but we start with strategics on our main planets, and that really makes this worth it. And I've tested, if you go interplanetary as a third choice, you get the machine embodiments, you get the whole thing out slower. So going interplanetary first gives you machine embodiments quicker, lets you fill up this planet, make it an industrial strong point. And after you've picked up this planet, we can go for the lava planet, which will probably take us some time. We could go directly for the lava. How much industry is this? It's quite a lot of base output, actually. I'm just going to stick with this opening. Actually. That's 4 turns to get a base output of 16 industry. That's probably better than this output of, say, 12 industry. Yeah, so just because we have this lava planet here, we're just going to colonize that first. I think that gives a base number, and that gives a multiplier based on population. So we're just going for the base number here. A bit of an odd spot. You don't always start with the lava, but again, lava is amazing on Riftborn. So that will be our turn. Okay, that's a new planet, or an interesting kind of planet. Huge tundra. It's really good, but it's bad at industry. So we can colonize that. It's just going to take us a while to get it. We can start with the toxic. Maybe the toxic has signals. It's probably worth sending our hero over here just to pick these up, see if there's an industrial boost, so we can think about getting this and then getting this. What requires tundra? This here. And this gives us this aesthetic acceptance program. Bonus happiness on planets, bonus happiness on Stereo. Nice pickup normally. And also H-Field Fleet Accelerator is a really important way to start building fleets. Because, as we'll see, there's a bunch of Riftborn ships, like the Hunter class has terrible engines, amazing guns, and sometimes you need a ship that will accelerate your whole fleet of slow ships. And so this is more important in Riftborn than almost any other faction, I think, just because of the odd ship design. Not really an important concern now, we haven't made any other empire, we're not gearing up to fight anyone. But it's nice to have. This is nice, obviously, and this is something we're thinking about because of that unique planet. Wait, another unique planet, interesting. Where is it? Oh, wow! That's a lot of industry. That's great. What is it? Let's see what we can... It's arid. This is a really interesting start, because normally you just go for the lava planets and ash planets. But let's see if we can pick up arid really quick. Arid is here. Yeah, we can think about colonizing there, if nothing better pops up. Okay, what is on her? Barren, large ice. Well, let me just read them, but I'm pretty sure I'm not interested. Not enough industry. Again, these plans would be nice to have later on, but not enough industry right now. Despite our engine, sadly we went in the wrong direction. Didn't find the spot. We could have waited. Maybe this is a bit of an aggressive scout by me. I'm not always sure if I make those scouting decisions correctly. It's kind of difficult anyways. So judgment quality aspect of the game. The bonus titanium, really nice, accelerates us towards our first singularity. There's not much to see here, so rather gonna send my hero ship up here, start scouting that nice location. And we can use the hero to launch probes in this direction, while we send the other scout along here. It's really important, because you can generate so many colonies quickly with the Riftborn, that you scout out for them. And that's why, again, I'm in favor of using this dust early. So cool, this is a bit of an interesting start. Normally I like to start with lots of lava. It looks like we're not playing against Cravers, which is nice. Cravers have the... just based on the score, Cravers have a 2.5 multiplier on their FIDs. The AI is improved by having better FIDs than you, than it should have, because the AI is not as smart as a good human player. So that kind of snowballs aggressive with the Cravers. They get a huge FIDs bonus based on a double percentage multiplier. And whenever you play against Cravers, it's basically the entire game is a catch-up to the Cravers. You often form alliances to crush them. It's not like you can't win, it's just that it leads to the same sort of games. So it's nice that that's not happening here. In future games, I might set it up that that can't happen, but I don't know. Maybe some of you guys want to watch. We can wait for this. Hold a second. Maybe some of you guys want to watch a game against Cravers if you struggle with that, for instance. Let me know. But I personally experienced it too many times. We can wait here for this technology, but I think it's better just to get the Ash and then we can colonize Saha later. But this is a very nice system. We had to wait 3 turns for it, which is a bit inconvenient. Alright, Let me show you the power of beachhead bylaw. Here, see, you have to spend Hyperium or Titanium, more likely Hyperium, because Titanium is valuable for the better singularity, to increase the outbursts. We can't spend Dust, that's where we spend it deliberately at the start. And currently, wrong screen, that takes us 14 turns. Now we activate Beachhead Bylaw, and we've reduced it to 9 turns already. It's very nice. Ash planets are next to this amazing planet and lava planets. The best thing you can start colonizing with. You get a colony within 10 turns. Very nice. Without actually diminishing your system. There's no food drain or anything. Which is very cool. It's very unique about the Riftborn. Now here we met another people. We can't negotiate with them yet because we're lacking the relevant tech. We do want to pick up the Arid and the happiness thing first. And we can also discover things for them, which will make them happy with us. Once you reveal curiosities for a minor civilization, they normally get approval bonuses. Language hard. See, they reveal curiosity for them. They like us a bit more. It would be nice if we converted them, but Riftborn influence production is quite weak, so it might not happen. But yeah, perhaps this 2 probes, no engines on the hero is a bit ambitious. We'll see. I'm just sort of trying that out. It's not too huge a deal. If you don't have enough probes, you can scout a lot, but your hero won't level that much anyways. Again, one of the worst hero ships you can start with. Especially for Riftborn. Though one of the better governors, to be honest. Excuse me. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That'll be interesting later when we get a behemoth. We can start using these neutron stars and collapsing stars to get strategic resources. In case you didn't know, that's an interesting trick for later in the game. This technology. Advanced node, which you get with Behemoth Basic Climatology. If you're struggling to get strategics, invest in this upgrade of Behemoths and put them around asteroid fields, collapsing stars, etc. to collect some of their Quandrix and higher tier strategics. Not at that stage of the game yet, but in case you were struggling with that. Cool, so now I'm going to pick up both of these, see what they're like. I really want this planet, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, remnant population. Not bad, worse than on other civilizations because our populations are so much better than everything else. But I'm not complaining about that. And now this has bonus dust and bonus food. Alright, so the system is good, but it's going to take us a while to set it up. And maybe we can do something better in the meantime. I'm going to come back to you at some point. We might want to send the probes out with the hero. We could send the hero along here. We probably want to do that. We have extra movement points. Movement points are going to be quite valuable if we have shitty engines. We can always send a probe along this direction. And I'm not going to research any curiosities because I can't at the moment, so I want to save those for my hero. When you have low movement points in your hero and you're going for this curiosity engine start, you really want to plan out, save all the curiosities you can for your hero, get as much experience as you can, so you can start with a level 2 or close to level 3 hero. Better factions with better hero ships have an easier time getting the hero to level 3 than Riftborn. This is a bit of a gamble. It's kind of awkward either way. Alright, we're about to get this lava planet. Let's see if what my plan pays off. I think we're going to get a new population. Yeah, there's this ship. New population is coming in. So we don't need this one. Well, actually we do, because we got the lava planet. That's actually quite nice. We could think about even moving our populations over to the lava planet, getting extra hot. You know, like Horatio likes it. What else? Yeah, that seems fine. We still have beachhead bylaw active, making this timer shorter. When it pops, or like when the Idris becomes a full-fledged colony, we get a massive happiness bonus, which is nice because the Riftborn are generally quite sad. Probably because they've been exiled, forced to live in a different galaxy, which they don't enjoy being in. As we will see from the story. So, suck at reading. Let's try this. The universe is utterly unlike our own. Burning orbs of fire, scattered balls of rock hanging in the void, vast realms of nothingness. Empty, pitiless, terrifying. Some of the worlds are more than barren, airless rocks, cloaked in dirt that seems fertile ground for tenacious, foliaged forms. They choke the surface and deny the light. Strange things that stalk and shuffle and slither through the undergrowth. This is basically a lore explanation for why the Riftborn dislike fertile planets so much. They prefer something ordered like Chorus, which you can see in the opening cinematic. We were fortunate to avoid settling on such a world. Our world, the world we named Vanguard, on account of us being the spearhead, is a white wilderness broken only by still and silent forests, icy brooks, and perpetual grey skies. In its near ceaseless white embrace, where the sky can sometimes be mistaken for the land, it is reminiscent of the homeland, but if you're closer, it cannot hide its grotesqueness. Things scurry under the snow, others open dark wings among the shadows. Chilly waters crash and shriek against rocks. Worst of all, bursts of colour sometimes burst forth unexpectedly. Sunlight on fish scales, winter meadows blooming with flowers, sweeping curtains of green and purple light in the starry sky. No words can do the horror justice. My forces suffer, but they are resolute. Their suffering is nothing as next to the plague that spreads through the homeland, Koros. Every message from the communion speaks of the blight growing, more and more of the world becoming dead and blackened. There are many paths we might follow to end this nightmare. Even in the little time I have spent in this world, I have begun to form my own ideas for what is best. But I'm merely an instrument of the communion, faithfully relaying the situation here to the best of my ability. They decide. I await their orders. So... Oh. By the way, this thing is impossible to get in this difficulty. AI always gets it before you. So basically, we have the Riftborn inhabited Vanguard this world because it looks more like their universe, but they hate this universe because life is complicated and confusing. Things look bleak at the start of the game for the Riftborn, but interesting stuff in the story happens later when we decide what we make of it and what to make of our relationship with the people back home, or the authority back home, the communion. So, the nice thing about Endless Space 2 is that the story is interactive. You can choose various things, and based on your choices, you get some gameplay benefits, and also you can sort of affect the story of your civilization. So, this is going to be difficult to get. None of these is great. Having a system of 9 improvements in total is going to take us ages. Exploring with a hero of level 3 or higher is also going to be quite difficult. We really want this hero to snap our onto this and give us a production boost, or Idris, maybe. So, not inclined to go for this. This is going to take a while. Reach 50 points in relations with 2 minor civilizations. Could be good, but we've only found 1. Oh, nice. As I said, I'm locked into this. This is just amazing. I'm also locked into using this guy as a governor. How long will it take us to reach level 2? 50 experience points. Alright, so that's probably a bit unrealistic. This is possible, but also difficult. I guess I'll pick Strengthen, but it's just going to take forever either way. Oh well, the quest is quite difficult to do very quickly, but let's see if we can prioritize this. It's possible another choice is better, I'm not sure. Now, we got something new, we got colonized lava, and now we can build this in 5 turns. That's a nice boost to our industry. And, let's see, does switching the population over to this place? Yes, very nicely affects our industry. Increases our food, we don't care. And look how many turns we've shaved off that. Beautiful. So now, and we can even build more machine embodiments on this system. That's very great. Now we want to think about building colony ships sometime in the future. Let's look at the colony. Here's the trick you can do. Discovered by others, of course. You can build an empty ship and then retrofit it with dust, which is a cheaper way, industrially speaking, to get out ships. Obviously, it's a bit cheating, but like, whatever. If there's a good system, we'll pop one of these out very quickly. And I think there should be. Yeah, once we pick up that. Actually, interplanetary transport is not that great anymore. I don't think that's true. Is there a good system nearby is the question. We can pick up Ondor. Or Esh. No, we haven't spotted anything great. Oh, this is nice. Okay, we probably want to pick up that. So, I feel comfortable enough with our industry production. I only really want interplanetary transport once I've gotten populations back here. And it becomes sort of worth it. It gives you more industry than the machine embodiment. So pick up one colonizer for the next system, then build some machine embodiments, then go into planetary transport. This is still quite a weird opener because we start off lava. Actually, we can also think about xeno-industrial infrastructure because we have 2 planets now, and that will give us 20 bonus. Still not great, but better than average. Yeah. Do I want the colony ship first? I think probably xeno-industrial first, then colony ship, then we go back to machine embodiments, interplanetary transport, and more machine embodiments. This is quite a weird opener. Normally I'd go interplanetary, double machine, and fill out the system and then colonize, but lava is so good that we justify having this weird detour here. Maybe I'll make another video where I do a normal opening. It was a bit of a strange one here. So, we have our scout here, and I think we'll just keep going along with Stalia. And there are the Sophons. Again, still haven't spotted another minor civilization. We don't have much influence output. It would have been quite risky to go for the other one. Alright, I'm going to send the scout along here. Is this? Yes, this is another nice system. Large ash. As you can see, this is the only thing I look for in these systems. It's probably a bit short-sighted, but large ash, amazing. Ash is amazing. Especially if you can put more on ash. Well, you could sort of feel your way through the starting turns of Riftborn just by thinking about industry. Industry. It really matters. It's turn 6 and we're already at 84. Pretty strong. Mostly because it's a beautiful ash planet. And we're about to pick up an extra population there. Could be nice. We'll probably reorder them because we'll get more out of the extra population. We need like 2 population before this starts becoming better than the extra machine embodiment in terms of accelerating our industry. Cool. We could pick this up to get extra science, but we're not really doing bad on the science front at the moment. Okay, that takes extra 10 turns because we're currently unhappy. But this is... We need to grow our colonies first. Oh, damn it. Well, that's unfortunate. I was just talking about how we're doing gamble. Well, it would have paid off, it turns out. Cool. Nice, we can collect more experience on our hero. Blue cut mold is nice. I really like blue cut mold. It gives you bonus science. It's very important. And we probably want to go here. Blue cut mold is really one of the 2 best. Oh, I'd have to get Terra though. Blue cut mold is really one of the 2 best early game luxury resources. The other being Jadonics. I mean, flat 60% science bonus is amazing. Cool. I could... Yeah, I'll wait a turn to get some favor of these people. It's unlikely we'll be able to pick them up. Other factions are just so much better at dumping industry into, or influence into, minor factions. See, it's like turn 6 and we only have 27. I mean, admittedly we have a law active, but who doesn't? Alright, happiness should be up a bit. Oh, food is actually going down. They should be giving us bonus on sterile there. Yeah, population will go down to 3? Oh. 4. If population will go down to 6, that might mean that we have to. What? This is weird. No, it doesn't actually send away, never mind. So we can think about getting machine embodiments first to stop that population from decreasing. That's probably wise. Again, normally this is way easier, but I went for the lava planet this time. And it turned out it was a pretty good choice. So... nice, we get bonus influence. That's pretty cool. Still, production is not that high. Influence is always nice, though. This is the Sophon homeworld. It's quite close. Sadly, the planets in the system haven't been that great for us so far. We might have to colonize quite close to the Sophons, which will probably piss them off. In which case, we might have to go for some armies to defend our colony, punish them for attacking us, etc. What is this? We probably want to head to this planet next, just because it's easy to colonize, and it stops them from taking it. We want to get as many planets as we can early in the game. Admittedly, they'll piss the Sophons off, we'll probably have to fight them. Oh well. Alright, is there much to explore on this side anymore? Not that much. That probably means I want to go back here and check out this side, look for more planets, see if any of them are good, worth colonizing. Lava, I like that. Bonus population slot. This is a good system. I, for some reason, overlooked that. We'll probably pick up water next, to be honest. Is our population still slowly dying off? Yes, it's still orange. Okay, we'll pick up machine embodiment then. I mean, to be honest, these populations aren't that great anyway. But never hurts. I can always switch a population unit from industry. And we'll get 2 population units. We get 2 food. That'll improve that, hopefully. If it doesn't, we'll switch some population units over. And we'll cancel this. Oh, look at that beautiful industry number, 108. See, this really paid off, going for this lava planet. Even though people are slowly starving. I mean, the other people. Sometimes you have to make these Machiavellian calls. Oh, wonderful. So this really paid off. We are level 3 hero now. And we could research 5... Oh, actually we can reassign the hero to our main system now. Even more industry. 138. At this point we can probably pull someone over to stop them from starving. Actually, it'll stop them from starving in 2 turns anyway. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's just pull someone over. Also, remove this happiness disapproval thing. So I'm just gonna make a colony ship now. That's weird. Why is it 2 and 4 versus 2 and 3? That seems a bit strange. Alright. And once we see how much that retrofit cost is, we might make another cheap colony ship, to be honest. I really want water. I'm really looking at Wuzus. I'm thinking about Omdor. I'm happy with Idris. Her, not so great. So... this would be nice to have. I wonder if we should just switch around, pick up or Fort Agribills in this. The happiness drop is a reasonable deal. Wait, let's just wait till we can get the... I wonder if it was maybe correct for me to wait on Beachhead Bylaw, just to get more happiness. Though the new colony is going to be great. It's probably better to get the colony. Again, there's just so many things in Endless Space that you can do differently. So this is the new quest, by the way. In case you don't have the Hisho expansion, this unlocks behemoths. I'm playing with the expansion because I want this guide to be as up-to-date as possible. This playthrough, rather. Oh, expedition power. That's why I can't get it. Never mind. So we're playing with the... Wait! What are they doing right here? Oh, this is a planet we don't really need. But they're expanding quite aggressively towards us. Probably means we can pick them up really easily, actually. Might be something worth doing. Again, the big issue of early aggression is that you have to fabricate forces. But if you have high industry, it's not going to be a big deal. So... yeah, it's interesting. I normally don't attack with the Riftborn early on. But attacking is good in this game. So it's worth thinking about. Oh, the academy has been discovered. We're finally getting a new hero in a couple of turns. It might take too long though. In which case we really want to get impactless sites at some point. And we don't have any luxuries yet. So there's not a huge rush to get to that tier tech. Alright. As you can see, this requires a bit of dust. We don't really need dust in the early game though as Riftborn. We don't have to use it to boost our colony production. We can go for one of these two planets. I suspect water? This is very nice. Medium lava. But so is this. Large ash. With a beneficial anomaly. It would take us 2 turns to reach that from here. This is 1 turn to reach that. Let's get machine embodiments and then get another cheat. Because we have the dust to pay for it. Whoa. That's strange. Actually, we probably want interplanetary first. Hopefully my people are no longer starving. Sounds very dodgy out of context. Alright, and let's end the turn. How long until Idris's colony? 1 turn. Nice. So next turn, the power of beachhead bylaw will start to show. So that's 11 turns. We already have a new colony. Words is hard. Sorry. We probably just want to improve the industrial base of the system. Oh, Saha, that's beautiful. We can pick this up. What is the base? Base output is 20, more than this. And each population gives us 12. That's amazing. That's really nice. So, we want to pick up Saha and then spam out machine embodiments and just colonize this. Again, the main thing you look for, I can't emphasize this enough, is industry boosts when playing this faction for your early colonies. Once we pick up off-world agribusiness, we can start praising them. Hopefully they are not being praised by the Sophons. Oh! Fuck! Oh, sorry. I flew over water. That is slightly frustrating. I probably would have picked this up. Okay, we don't need beachhead. No, we do need beachhead by law. See, now we get this huge happiness bonus, which is nice. Cheat colony? Something we want. Yeah, now I'm definitely going for Muses and then water next. I will do that as fast as possible. And we'll have a couple of really nice systems. And then we can think about branching out extra systems. Or we can think about stealing systems from our neighbors. Because who doesn't love a little neighborly love? To be honest, like, in the early game, most factions are best served by... or a lot of factions are best served by attacking their neighbor. The area doesn't defend itself early on as well as it should. And sometimes they'll get mad at you for border disputes, like what we're doing here, placing a system near theirs. To be fair, they did that to us, but you know, who's counting? Cool. This seems to be one of those long star lanes that leads to a new system. Or, no, new sector of the galaxy. And that's their space. We're actually quite constrained on early colonization opportunities here, which makes me inclined to go for some aggressive policies in the near future. Well, policies, you might think laws, but I guess aggressive plans, let's put it that way. Aesthetic acceptance program, still quite nice. Let's play till turn 15, and then call it quits for this episode. So we get interplanetary transport next. It still won't give us more industry from this system than this, I think. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't show that the output from each population. Probably a bug. Yeah, I guess in retrospect I would have done the hero thing, but also the hero is getting a lot of work done in the system. The only quest is really hard to do in this faction. It really goes against what you're trying to do strategically. So, because of Beachhead bylaw, we're getting a lot of happiness boosts, yeah. Yeah, I'm happy getting another colony ship. We're still producing enough dust to push out these cheat ships. We pick up Vorta next, and then I think we want to go for Omdor at some point. There's just a huge amount of influence, science, dust to be gained from this planet. Beautiful. This is not that big a priority. What I'm getting better at as I'm improving at this game is being a bit more picky about which systems I go for. Oh, that's also quite nice. We can think about going this direction. Okay, so maybe there's less of a need to push the Sofas out of our space. Cool. So it is a little sad that we're not getting excellent luxuries yet. That's partly decision-making issue. Like, maybe I should have prioritized them a bit more. Oh, the Walters.
Let us see.
Nice. This is also a new DLC faction for those of you who don't have the DLC. Very fun. I think I'm going to do a Voltus playthrough next and show you how powerful they can be on the attack. Kind of counterintuitively. Do I want another cheat colony? I'm really setting my main system a little bit back with this. But at the same time, we have 157 industry already. That's quite a lot. New colonies will give us more stuff quickly. We can quickly ramp up these populations later. I think I'm going to get one more. I just want to maximize this dust, put it to use. Cool. So, recap for the first episode in the series. We've scouted out the early system, gotten a bit of an idea of how to play the opening. Damn it, the Sofas took my system. We'll settle that next time. But yeah, we're starting to put ourselves in the position to build up an economic base into the later turns. As you can see, Riftborn have some of the most explosive industrial power in the game, really favor an economic approach. This annoying colonization option might mean we have to go into war next time. Tune in to see all the incoming excitement. And as always, you lead well, comrades, if you choose to subscribe. Thank you.